Hi, welcome to this edition of Steve Eats. We're making some homemade sandwiches. What kind of bread is this?
Ciabatta?
Ciabatta bread. So first thing I'm doing is I divided them all up on the cookie sheets. Tops and bottoms here, tops and bottoms here. I'm giving them a little bit of a coating. And these are really like, I don't know what that, like a lot of craters in them. So the olive oil is sinking down. So they get a little bit of a toasty. We're going to put them in and toast them for a few minutes. Just hit them up with a little bit of dash of olive oil. And like I said, it'll give it a nice crispy base. That and then we'll put the stuff on it. So we're doing meat on half, and the other is vegetable. So as you can see here, I already have some mushrooms in here. Got a knife and a fork. I have a knife, now I have a fork. So you want to start sauteing the mushrooms. I got a little bit of olive oil. You can see here, Bertolli is a good brand we use. You can use whatever kind of olive oil, nice virgin olive oil. Start to saute the mushrooms up. And you want to kind of chop the mushrooms up a little bit. That way when you're going to mix a bunch of vegetables together, as you'll see as we go along. You want to cook the mushrooms first a little bit longer because it takes them a little bit longer to get nice and soft and well cooked through. We're boiling some asparagus there. We're going to put that in here in a few minutes. So that should be good for now. I don't think we quite have enough olive oil in here. I'll put just a little bit more olive oil in. Because now we're going to throw the spinach in. We have sun-dried tomatoes too, right?
Yeah.
Where are they at? Right there, because we're gonna throw them in here too, right? Mm-hmm. So we'll put the spinach in. Now spinach, a big bag like this is gonna cook down to like a quarter of the size of what we got here. So we'll just kind of get that around. We'll just let that go for a few minutes. And what we're gonna have is we're gonna have spinach, mushrooms, asparagus, and sun-dried tomatoes. Sometimes you can use fresh tomato. Well, we've used fresh tomatoes in the past as well, but sun-dried tomatoes work just as good, but very flavorful. So what we're going to do right now is I got the oven. You can go over here. Got the oven going. Watch out, Fozzie. So we're going to throw these in for about 5 minutes. Just to get them a little toasty, a little crispy. Try not to burn your hand there, Stevie. We're going to throw them in there for 5 minutes. We'll do timer. We'll do 5. We'll do start. All right. So when that's done, they come out. We'll come back and we'll start putting the sandwiches together with the cheeses and the meats and the vegetables, and then we'll put them back in the oven to roast. So I'll be back in a few minutes, and I'll see you then. Okay, welcome back. So we're going to do the meat sandwiches first. So we got, you can use, whatever lunch meats you like. So we're going to use some provolone. And you got to make sure you keep, so I got the bottoms on the outside, the bottoms to the tops, like this, right? So we're going to just start hitting some cheese on here. You can use as much as you want. I'm using provolone and Munster because we like to do a mix of cheeses. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a slice of provolone on every piece, each top and bottom. Try to get them so they're nice and organized here. Provolone's nice and thinly sliced. So now we're going to do, see, we got all this delicious meat. I'm not sure what this pepperoni, salami. Is this prosciutto?
I don't know.
Gabagool? Maybe it's some gabagool? I don't know. So we'll start off by doing one piece of this because you never know how many slices are in the different. So it doesn't look like I have enough to do one slice of this on every sandwich. So I'll keep that extra. And we'll do the salami on the top of the breads. Now we'll do, that was all of them, right? Okay. So it looks like we have, so we'll do another slice. So this is the pepperoni. We'll put that right on, so that worked out to an even number of bits. And I got ham here somewhere. What did I do with the ham? All right, the ham is right here. So this is all like rolled up and stuff, so we'll have to unroll it a little bit. Try to put a little bit of ham. Like I said, it doesn't really, you just put as much of it as you want on there. We'll do a couple slices on each thing. So, and now we have the Munster.
You're not putting ham on one of them?
Oh, I missed that one. Sorry. Thank you for pointing that out, assistant camera lady. So we'll do that.
Somebody thinks they smell good.
And then, all right, get away, you smelly mudsicle. So now we'll do the Munster cheese. We'll put that right there. And then this will go when we flip them over. Ah, we don't want paper in it. Once we flip them over to make the whole sandwich, the ham and the Munster cheese will be nice and melted. It'll sort of like be the glue in the center that holds the whole thing together.
Fuzzy.
I think I might put more ham on here just to give it a little more. We'll use up all this ham. Give it a little bit more body to it.
You know, I didn't buy pepperoni. Well, extra pepperoni this time.
A nice big glob of ham on each one.
Use that too.
We'll do that. And then I'm just going to eat one of them. Oh, that was really good. All right. So these are ready to go in the oven. We're sauteing the vegetables, as you can see here. They're coming out real nice. So I have the sun-dried tomatoes. I have the asparagus. I have the spinach. I have the mushrooms. And they're sauteing in a garlic and olive oil base. So let them go just a little bit longer. And we're going to use different kinds of like fancy cheeses on this one. So we'll get back to that in a minute. We'll put this in the oven. And we're going to cook that for maybe like, we'll say another 5 minutes. Start. Okay. So I have this ready to go for the other sandwiches. Do you want to do provolone on some of them? What do you want to do?
I think we do provolone and Munster, like just so that it sticks to the bread, and then put like the cheeses in the middle.
Yeah. So we'll just do a layer. We'll do a layer on the bottom with the provolone. And again, I keep the bottoms to the outside, that way I don't get confused. And the top of the sandwich bread. What kind of bread did you call this?
Ciabatta.
Ciabatta. I guess that's how you say that. We don't really have, I guess we have enough Munster left.
Well, if not, then just throw provolone in.
You can never have too much. So we'll do like that, and I'll hit these last two with an extra slice of mozzarella. There's really no, you can, like I said, you can throw any kind of cheese you want on here, any kind of your lunch meats. So I gotta drain the vegetables, and then we're gonna build the rest of the sandwich. So we'll be back in 1 second. Okay, here we are. We're back now. So as you see, I've built all the vegetable sandwiches. I did 1 spoon of vegetables on each bottom and top, covered them all. And then I did a little bit of, as you can see here, I did a little bit of goat cheese underneath, and then brie on top, and these just have goat cheese. So they'll all have mozzarella. These are the tops. They all have mozzarella on them, fresh mozzarella. 3 with goat cheese as well, and 3 with goat cheese and brie. So they're ready to go in the oven. So, get the oven. So we're going to put these in and take the other ones out. So these are almost done. We're going to flip them. So I'm going to put these in for 5. We'll do timer, 5, start. And now we'll have a good spatula. And do we have a fork here? I want to make sure nothing flips bad here. All right, so the bottoms are on the outside, so these are the tops. So we're going to flip the top over to build the sandwiches now. Melty cheese all over the place, just absolutely fantastic. All right, so we're going to put these back in for just a few minutes, just so they can cook like this. Did I hit start? Yeah, I guess I did because it's still in the 4 minutes there. So we're going to put this back in. Like I said, we're just going to be in for a few minutes. And then these will be done. When I take these out, I'll take the veggie ones out. All right, so you got 4 minutes. So we'll be back in 4 minutes. See you then. All right, so here are the meat sandwiches. We're going to put them, actually, let me slide them over here. Because they're done. You see, they're all nice and toasty. So here are the vegetable sandwiches. We're gonna flip them now. Close the oven up. These are much more difficult to flip over. So let's give this a shot because they're just gonna. Hopefully the cheese will hold them all together, and that one worked. That's why you put the cheese on there. It kind of holds everything together. Still, some stuff is going to come flying off, but then when it's done, you just scoop that right off of the tray and eat it. So we're doing pretty good so far. Oh, it's going to be a big fat one right there. Squish them down a little bit so the cheese melts in them. A little bit of sun-dried tomatoes coming off there. Actually, I think this is the first time we've made these with the sun-dried tomatoes. I've sauteed fresh tomatoes, and I really am a big fan of sun-dried tomatoes. So try to center them up a little bit, give them a little bit of space. So these are done. These are going to go back in for a couple more minutes. And then these will be done. So we'll put them right in the middle. This is just to let them settle, the two pieces to meld together. So I'll put them in there for like 4 minutes. Timer 4, start. So let me get my knife. We got what this. You got to have good knives. This is Chicago cutlery, or whatever that is. Where did we buy this at? Did we buy this in? I thought we bought this at the kitchen store at
Peddler's Village.
Peddler's Village, yeah. I think that's where we got it. I can't remember. So you got to have a good bread knife. It's just the serrated edges make it very like a lot easier to cut through bread and stuff. I say as I'm not cutting through the bread. There we go. So, get a good look at that. Delicious. All the meat, the cheese is all melted together. Now, what I like to do, because it's a lot of Italian meats, the gabagool, I think that's what that was, I don't know, and the pepperoni and the salami, I like to put a little jar of like tomato sauce out, and I'll dip the sandwich in that. So, we'll be back in a minute for the vegetable sandwiches and see how they look. We'll be right back. All right, so we're going to finish up now. So we already got a shot of the meat one. I took the vegetable ones out. So like I said, I got some tomato sauce here. Dip that bad boy right in there. Man, that's so good. I love that. It's like a hot Italian sub. But the bread, it was crisp before we started because it's that ciabatta bread. It's got sort of like a hard crusty outside. And we toasted a little bit more. We melted the cheese all over it. Dip it in the sauce. Fantastic. All right. Now, I hate to admit this because I'm a meat-eating guy. I love meat. These vegetable sandwiches, this was my wife's recipe. I just took this out of the oven, so I'm probably going to melt my face off. So you can see there, that, oh man, it's burning my fingers. All the things, the mushroom, the sun-dried tomatoes, the spinach, all the different kinds of cheeses. I'm going to try to take a bite of this, and I have a feeling it's going to hurt. Asparagus. Wow. Oh my god, it's so good. Obviously, that one's a little more messy. The sauteed vegetables are super good, but it's the cheese. The goat cheese is one of my favorites. You put a goat cheese on there, and all the other different kind of cheeses. But the goat cheese has that really strong flavor that just punches through the whole sandwich and makes it just fabulous. So that's it. That one's coming across. We'll put that back together so it doesn't fall apart. So that's it for this edition of Steve Eats. Until next time, cheers.